Good morning to all of us here, to our viewers online. We have a privy conference now, one goods and 7 goods projects. So this meeting now is called order. Back Secretariat, Mr. McDonald, Diba, Baki, WG, and others were present face. The attendance sheet will determine with the attendees for
Good morning, Mr. Chair, to the committee, to the technical working group, representatives from the planning and design section, and from the respective leaders. So as a matter of procedure, please stay present when you're hearing the school to acknowledge your attendance and determine quorum. So for the Bids and Awards Committee, we have the chairperson, Engineer Delphine Eloy Jr. Provisional member, Engineer Abilina D. Monabola.
Present.
Back PWG member, Engineer Sam John C. Catolico.
Present.
Back provisional member, Engineer Rene Ayan.
Present.
Back regular member, Engineer Renato P. Dacera.
Present.
Assistant head of the Back PWG, Engineer Jeffrey F. Vidana.
Present.
Back regular member, Mr. Mark Luis Pizarro.
Present.
Back PWG member, Engineer Karen Joy G. Ramos. Back regular member, Engineer Edwin A. Lansan.
Present.
And Engineer Joel Costillas Jr. for the end user representative of the Goods and Services Project. And then we have back staff, Ms. Maria Desiree Dioso, Ms. Maria Lubigan Loreto, back secretariat, yours truly, back sec staff, Engineer Azil N. Lucera, back sec staff, Mrs. Emilius Piginguni, and representative again from the Planning and Design section, Engineer Mary Grace M. Lopez, Engineer Danilo P. Nunez, and Engineer Clyde S. Opa. For the prospective leaders, representative, sales executive of Pro Main Tech, Consultancy Incorporated, Ms. Jenny Cano. So, Mr. Chair, for this proceeding, we have 19 attendees, 18 from the office and 1 from the prospective leader. For the committee, 6 out of 7 members are present, 1 is recorded. Mr. Chair, additionally, we have invited the observers in writing but not attended in person. So maybe they are watching us online. And for the information of everyone, this proceeding is being live streamed in our official YouTube channel in accordance with DOC Series of 2024. And for backup purposes, we have this proceeding video recorded to be uploaded later in case there are technical issues. We may now proceed, Mr. Chair.
So Mr. Bak, you can enumerate the agenda of today's proceeding.
So, Mr. Chair, for the agenda of today's proceeding, we have Agenda 1, a brief presentation or explanation by the PAC for the Planning and Design section of the basic contract data, and then for the PWG, the requirements of the bidding, documents to be submitted by the bidders, and criteria and procedure for eligibility check, preliminary examination of bids, detailed bid evaluation, post-qualification, and award. For Agenda 2, we have the questions and comments from bidders and replies at the back and other representatives of the procuring entity. Agenda 3, other matters. Agenda 4, summary of proceedings, including if there are any supplemental or bid bulletins to be issued, and then adjournment, Mr. Chair.
Okay, before I proceed, I will first discuss the purpose of this privy conference. This is to clarify and address the question of the technical and financial components of the project. Ensure that the bidders fully understand the procuring entity's requirements. Ensure that the bidders know the changes or amendments to the bidding documents. Reminder to those prospective bidders watching the live stream broadcast, any statement made in the privy conference does not modify terms of the bidding documents unless such statement is specifically identified in writing as an official addendum through a bid supplemental bulletin. Also, the privy conference and the opportunity for those prospective bidders to request clarification on the bidding documents. However, such requests must be followed up in writing, and the BAC will respond in writing through the issuance and posting of the bid supplemental bulletins uploaded to the following websites: www.philgips.gov.ph and www.dpws.gov.ph. So this is now the one goods and seven works projects to be discussed. For our private companies for our goods, we have the purchase of various laboratory testing equipment and apparatus for use in the quality assurance section, DPWS 25th Engineering District, by City Leyte with contract ID number 24 GID 8 with approved budget for the contract 1,531,685 pesos. And we have 60 calendar days upon receiving the notice to proceed. And seven works projects are the number 1, construction Baybay City Breakwater, Poblacion Baybay City Leyte, contract ID number 24IG0125, located at Baybay City Leyte, with approved budget for the contract 109,238,000, with contract duration of 270 calendar days. The second one is the construction completion of Baybay Convention Center, Baybay City Leyte, with contract ID number 24IG0126, located at Baybay City Leyte, with approved budget for the contract of 99 million pesos only, with contract duration of 360 calendar days. The third one is the construction of multipurpose building, Ilongos Astrodome, Ilongos Leyte, with contract ID number 24IG0127, located at Ilongos Leyte, with approved budget for a contract of 14,850,000 and a contract duration of 210 calendar days. The fourth one is the construction of multipurpose building, Baybay City Leyte, contract ID number 24IG0128, Baybay City Leyte, with approved budget for the contract 49,500,000 with contract duration of 365 calendar days. The fifth one is the asset preservation, construction, upgrading, rehabilitation of drainage along national roads, secondary roads, Ormoc Baybay Southern Lady Boundary Road, kilometer 1069 plus 344 to kilometer 1070 plus 073, kilometer 1071 plus 230 to kilometer 1071 plus 430, and kilometer 1071 plus 520 to kilometer 1071 plus 720. With contract ID number 24IG0129, located at Barangay Maitong and Barangay Bitanbuan, Baybay City Leyte, with approved budget for the contract of 11,760,000 with contract duration of 90 calendar days. The sixth one is the construction of road leading to Punta Cave, Barangay Bundok, Indak Leyte, which is Andrian, with contract ID number 24IG0123, located at Barangay Bundok, Indak Leyte, with approved budget for the contract 9,650,000 with contract duration of 85 calendar days. The seventh one is the asset preservation program of carriageway improvement primary roads, Ormoc Baybay Southern Lady Boundary Road, kilometer 1038 plus 332 to kilometer 1038 plus 000 with contract ID number 23IG0164, located at Barangay Maybog, Baybay City Leyte, with approved budget for the contract 6,407,600 with contract duration of 124 calendar days. So let's go back to the first one, the rebate of the goods, which is the purchase of various laboratory testing equipment and apparatus for use in the quality assurance section, DPWS 25th Engineering District, contract ID number 24GID08, with approved budget for the contract 1,531,685 pesos only, to be discussed and presented by Engineer Joel O. Costillas.
Good morning, President, everyone. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
For purchase of various laboratory testing equipment and apparatus for use in the quality assurance section, DPWH, Lady 5th Engineering District by bicycle. These are the following descriptions. Number 1 is multi-standard universal automatic proctor compactor. The main features and advantages is the universal and fully automatic machine, matching all standards with an EPN, ASTM, ASH2, ASBS, NF, and others including central stroke. Immediate software setting on the reference standard, tailored compaction cycles programmable by the user, continuous monitoring of the dropping height during compaction, and automatic real-time adjustment assuring high precision throughout the whole compacting path. Dropping height precision better than standard prescription from the beginning to the end of the compacting path. Automatic dropping height set by controller, avoiding manual adjustment. Robust, long-lasting transmission suitable for intensive use with 30 strokes per minute. Safety guards and emergency stop button included. Total accessibility to the test area by double door system, also including transparent panels. Compatible with mold diameter to 100 to 152.4 millimeter or 4 inches and 6 inches. Universal impact rammer including circular diameter 50 millimeter and 2 inches. Upgrading kit for Australian standards, quick and easy rammer swap and weight adjustment, noise reduction cabinet. The technical specification is mold specimen is diameter to 100 to 152.4 mm. Universal rammer kit including 220 volts, 60 heights, and 1 pH. And rammer face diameter circular 50 and 2 inches. Rammer weight 2.49, 2.50, 2.70 kilograms, 4.50, 4.54, and 4.90 kilograms. Rammer dropping height 300, 305, 450, 457 mm. Low rate 30 strokes per minute. Safety features compliant with CE directives. Power rating 650 watts approximately. Overall dimensions 494 by 595 by 2,500 mm. Weight approximate is 150 kilograms. Accessories, noise reduction cabinet, standard proctor mold. Then the number 2 item description is specimen preparation for compression testing, which are cylinder covers, vertical cylinder cover for specimens 160 by 320 millimeter, complete with ball tracks for a positive location of the specimen. Weight 800 kilogram approximately. And the number 3 item description is sieve number 14, stainless frame and stainless mesh 8 inches in diameter.
So any further queries, information, or any other inputs with regards to this equipment we need?
Engineer Joel, about the NEO 100
Yes, ma'am.
is complied from DRS.
Yes, it does.
About regarding the specification of it.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, as representative ng Reviews na narapoy ni concern na dapat ang main unit na automatic proctor factor must be calibrated with the calibration certificate upon delivery.
So we will have a
So, ganun lang.
supplementary bulletin for that.
And also the SIM must be calibrated together with the certificate of calibration. And then the certification for the main unit naalibig sa noise reduction cabinet, nagtanong ko siya natin sa parang P3712CD. That means na para na pa nasa representative as brand name. So we'll delete this
Okay.
only noise reduction cabinet.
Okay.
And also for this vertical cylinder cover, ang atong na-required is 160 by 320. But we have to range it from 100 to 160 since our available cylinder bolts are 150.
Okay.
Surface.
Yes.
So we will have
So,
in the supplemental.
supplemental, ranging 100 to 160 for this vertical side of the car.
So any further questions? Any further? Okay. We suppose
Also, the universal rubber kit included 120 volts must be calibrated also together with the certificate of calibration.
one of our representative will want to
Watts.
any clarification for the weeks, for the equipment.
Regarding sa dimension, kay every brand ng good na lain dimension sa units, pwede kami maka-offer different dimension sa unit.
Dimension.
Hindi naman siya maka-affect sa performance sa unit sa analyze.
Maabot dyan. Masunod siya sa among specification from the others.
And conform siya sa standards may i-achieve very
Sa ano sa mas masunod siya sa among
The BRS
specification.
It's open for naman mga projects where ako i-raise kayo sa yung kung sa like dimension na i-affect lang sa visual, hindi naman po siya maka-affect. As long as ang specs, ang specs yung ginamit para sa performance sa unit, hindi maka-affect. Makakumay lang ako okay lang.
For the main one unit, for the main unit.
Sa main unit,
Oo.
sa copper, mga
Ang upper. Okay.
sa in specs is 8 kilogram ammo, well,
So, na. Yeah. Approximately, siguro 8 kilograms is minimum weight. So, in unit,
sa main unit ma, sa inyo, sa main unit is 150, sa akin is 125.
good. 150 na rin ang 125 na sa hindi siya makapig sa mga
Hindi nga, makakamata siya sa mga specs. Siguro ang kuan lang materials na rin kung sa kuan at ang potential adoption lang sa pag-running unit ko na
how about sir, yung supplemental bulletin, ang atong space mo, kung papalibalik mo natin sa BRS or
for clarification.
for verification. Ang sir naman, ang atong kuan, 150. So, nila ika-over ko na 125. Only.
Good morning again. Our prospective dealer has a point. She raised a valid point. If whether or not the 125 kilogram or 150 will it affect the testing or the result of the machine, what is intended before. So the end user, Mr. Chair, I think it must be established whether or not it is really a requirement or any other parameters. Because what is the purpose of the machine? If it will not siguro affect the testing requirement, I think we should make a clarification for the DRS.
So, we will ask first the PRs. We'll send another PO or PR for the technical specification.
Clarification.
Using the 125 kilogram.
Yeah, I think we can not necessarily the I think we can just ask them if
Oh,
whether or not
right, also.
may 150 or
Or 125 kung
affect
depende sa
the result.
listing natin.
Because if it will not siguro affect the result of the equipment, then I think it's good.
We will
So,
accept it.
after queries,
Okay. Supplemental. Anyways, after this one, we will call PRs.
Okay.
So, ma'am, please be advised we will be issuing a supplemental bulletin. Later, I will ask for your email address so that we can furnish you because we are now obliged to furnish you because we have participated in that meeting. So, we will issue you the supplemental bulletin in case there are changes.
Okay. So, any further
About the
clarifications?
PWD.
For the special condition of the contract.
Ako na sir, nakasama. Kelly?
Balikan na po sa last. Ang calibration certificate sa main unit lang sa sales, wala lang sa
Okay, malls, universal pharmacies.
except sa copper and only.
Oo, ang cover nung din naman. Basta, and then change
yung
from
calibration lang mo ang certificate.
certificate. Upon delivery. In case mga ano dito. Sa our side.
So, Mr. Chair, to clarify the certification required by the end user when the issue is supplemental bulletin will state calibration certificate for all applicable items.
Yes.
We will mention sir.
It is calibrated already with,
Calibrated with certificate and calibration.
so upon receiving it, after 1 year, so you have to calibrate it again.
Again,
So we must have it calibrated.
upon
So,
delivery.
no acceptance if no
Calibration.
Importante sir, calibration certificate.
So, ma'am, is that clear, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
So, any further questions, clarifications? More? So, let's go. Back to the Sorry.
For special condition of contract, additional requirements for the completion of this contract. Supplies and deliveries must strictly adhere to the technical specification of the Lindi District Engineering Office. All transportation fees charges should be paid by the supplier, including the transportation fees, charges, and damaged products required by the department, which shall be replaced within 7 calendar days upon receipt of the notice of damage. Duration, 60 calendar days upon receipt of the notice of receipt in KG. Delivery point, DPW's District Engineering Office, Barangay Pusumo, Paipay City. The supplier must conduct on-site training of DPW's end-user unit representative on how to use and or operate the delivery multi-standard universal automatic proctor compactor within 7 calendar days from the complete delivery of the item under the contract. This on-site training is an integral requirement prior to issuance of certificate of acceptance.
So, tanong ko cases. Regarding sa delivery, like 60 days, I mean, once sa ako constant ng service improvement kasi from ako another day, pwede ba siya i-extend of 90 days? Or pwede ba kayo mag-request for extension if ever kayo mababa ng 60 days? Consent lang is the letter.
Yes, Mr. Chair, if I may. Yes, you are allowed to request for an extension, provided that you do not exceed the original contract period. But subject again to the approval of the head of the during the meeting. So if you see or you foresee now that if ever the contract will be awarded to you, and you foresee that there will be an issue in the delivery date, etc., due to various reason, I think you can request for that extension, but as we approved by the head of the during.
So, so, we're going to the goods. So let's now proceed to the seven residual projects. We start with the construction of Bible City Breakwater Puntasyon Leyte with contract ID number 24ID 0125, located at Leyte, approved budget for a contract 109,238,000, contract duration of 270 calendar days, over presented and discussed by Engineer Grace Manso Lopez. So you may proceed, Engineer Lopez.
Name of the contract is Construction of Baybay City Breakwater, Puntasyon Baybay City, Leyte, with the contract ID 24IG0125, located in Baybay City, with the approved budget for the contract of 109,238, and with a contract duration of 270 calendar days. The scope of works includes project billboard or signboard, occupational safety and health, traffic management, mobilization or demobilization, boulder fill, structural concrete with 4,000 psi, Class A, 28 days, reinforcing steel, deformed grade 40, bollard with accessories, rubber duck fenders, dredging using copper suction at 300 mm in diameter, structural steel sheet piles furnished, structural steel sheet piles driven.
So,
With a physical target of 143.50 millimeters.
cabinet no the plan.
Nasa, wala, hard copy lang siya.
I guess, Mr. Chair, considering that the programmer is not here, the representative has do not have any copy of the, or electronic copy of the plan. So, siguro, Mr. Chair, we can instruct the prospective readers, if we have any question, we can directly go to writing.
Okay, so, let's proceed to the,
With a 143.50 millimeters.
I just wanna ask about this, ano ba, yung how you do the program about the strength of the structural concrete. Kasi upon looking at the yung cement factor niya is 9.5 only. Pero sa blue book namin, yung 9.5 is nasa 3,000 PSI lang. Pero this one, stated here is 4,000 PSI. Walang
kulang.
Oo, sa
Sa
section.
mga 14.
Nasa mga 10.
Butter yan.
Sa account niya, na-check ko, 9.5 lang.
Sa sa inyo.
Yes. Yes.
Sa contractor. Okay, now further discussion.
Mr. Chair, there is one more in relation to that project. When we evaluated the procurement documents, the program of works, we found discrepancy between the minimum equipment provided in the form of what is that? Because upon including the programmer, stated that the water cut requirement is only 1,000 liters. But when we look into the POW, the rental fee is for a 16,000 liter equipment. So we place in the bidding document 16,000 liters instead of the 1,000 liter equipment. So if ever the programmer will push through with the 1,000, we will be issuing a supplemental bidding because the costing will change. But we will control with the programmer.
So, our viewers in line, we have advised them to, so our
bidders watching online, for this particular contract, we will be issuing a supplemental opinion.
Because please.
Ang ganun lang.
So, let's go to the
Dedication.
The modification still in processes.
It's okay, Mr. Chair, because we will hold the award and make approval of the notification. Maybe we will just inform late because it is in the central office, so we have not yet received the official communication. But award will be delivered until 6 o'clock.
Thank you, Miss Grace.
let's go to the single project. The construction, completion, bye-bye convention center, bye-bye stipulated with contract ID number 24ID0126, taken up by the stipulated with approved budget for a contract of 99 million pesos only, contract duration of 360 calendar days, to be presented by
Engineer. How's that?
Engineer Clyde S. Noma. So, you need to sit now, Engineer Noma.
Good morning,
Good morning.
Mr. Chair and members of the back members. For 24 IG 0126, construction or completion of Baybay Convention Center, Baybay City, Leyte. The main scope of work of the project consists of primarily consists of finishing works. So this consists of the items aluminum cladding, wall, finishing hardware, and glazed tiles, cement plaster finish, painting works, masonry concrete, painting works, steel, structural steel, metal structure accessories, railings, and other components regarding electrical components.
Completion na yan. For us na nila.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Since the title is regarded as completion.
Okay, it is a completion.
Yes, sir.
Yung structural complete para sa akin sa construction. Structural complete.
So, no further clarifications.
Nice.
So, let's go to the third one. The construction of multipurpose building. Ilongos Asulong, Ilongos Leyte, with contract ID for ID 0127, located at Ilongos Leyte with approval for a contract 14,850,000, contract duration 210 calendar days, and we still presented by Engineer Clyde is Oka. So we can proceed and start.
So for 24 IG 0127, construction of multipurpose building, Ilongos Astrodome, Ilongos Leyte. So this is a new construction. The main scope of work of the project includes the embankment from barrow, gravel fill, structural concrete, lead concrete, reinforcing steel, Formworks and Falseworks, CHB 100 mm, CHB concrete hollow block non-load bearing 150 mm, micropiles, and hand blade rack embankment. Yes, for columns, bookings. Yes, yes, sir. It's a new construction since there's no indicated completion in the title. So this is correct. I think this is two stories. Two-story structure.
Because it is one. Usually,
So maybe this is phase 1. Kasi kung the budget is
Yes, phase one. Sir.
So exploration is so the location is it okay?
Take the out gym. I think ako'y demolition. Ay,
Sila na yung demolish.
Removal of structures and construction.
Part is
associated sa project cost. I think the LGU has already secured the necessary documents for the demolition.
At least included na sa mga permission clearances. Any further questions, clarifications?
No more.
No more? So let's
The
go.
other, the TWG, the program,
Okay.
yung documents. Based in the okay.
So let's go to the fourth one. Construction of multipurpose building, by Sikilete, with contract ID 24 ID 0128, located at Maybay Sikilete. Approved budget for the contract is 49,500,000 with 365 calendar days. To be presented and discussed by Engineer Nunez. So you may proceed, start.
Morning, everyone. For construction of multipurpose building by City National project located in siya sa recreation area sa Baybay, doon sa Borgo. Kanang itungkod karon nga bago Baybay Gym. Mga siyang pinakakatulong gym karon sa Baybay. Ongoing na mga project karon sa NGO, phase 1, makita na to sa layout. Tanan condition ani naka-RC files kasi siya. So tanan sa RC files ang NGO mo ay na-implement. Ang file ka po kanang naka-dotted line diha, ako lang naka-cloud line. Mo na ang i-implement po sa LGU phase 1. So kita sa grade key, kanang grade line nga key, padung diri sa right side, kita na ang padayon na. So aton sa report ni foundation plan, sunod ang pailim na to. Pailim, sunod columns, ya, kuha na siya, makita na to sa atong section. PDF na nakasulat section sa cover. So, upat siya ka, upat siya ka, for height ba niya ba?
First story.
Auto lang ta sa 8. Yan ang line. About, mga siya dyan ko to, pictures na siyang na elevation. So, ang kanang 15 million, total siya niya. Foundation plan, ako ng foundation niya, tapos time beam, column, beam sa 3.6 na level, o beam bolt sa 8 na level. 6.2 na level. Ang museum ay limon na kuwan sa soil analysis o sa structural analysis. I-adapt na lang kasi yung design.
So we just follow
Or para sa structural analysis. Ang iyang design strength niya is 4,500 PSI or 30. Sa steel bar na ito, natay grade 40, naputay grade 60. Mga main reinforcement na ito, mato ang grade 60.
grade 16 sa
Mga 20 above, mato ang mga 3 km above, grade 60, o 16 below.
So, yun yung clarification. LBG. So, let's go to the fifth one. Asset preservation, construction, upgrading, rehabilitation of drainage along national roads, canal roads, or MOOC by Sanliti Boundary Road from kilometer 1069 plus 334 to kilometer 1070 plus 073, kilometer 1071 plus 230 to kilometer 1071 plus 430, 1071 plus 520 to kilometer 1071 plus 720. ID number 24 IG 129 located at Barangay Mitong, Barangay Bidanuan, Baybay City, Leyte with approval for a contract 11,760,000 contract duration 96 calendar days to be presented again by Engineer Clyde Escobar. So you may start.
For 24 IG 0129, the project primarily consists of the construction of a concrete drainage canal. The location for this canal, the proposed location is on the left side, so ascending sa station limits. For this project, there are two locations, Barangay Maitong and Barangay Bitanuan respectively. Barangay Maitong, nasa sa station limits na K1069 plus 334 to K1070 plus 073. So as shown on the image. So, isa siya ka section ang sa Barangay Maitong, then sa left side siya located and close ni siya tanan, sir. Line close. With cover.
One side lang talaga.
Yes. Left side. Mountain side. Yes, sir. And for Barangay Tanuan, there are two sections. First is the K1071 plus 230 to K1071 plus 430. And the na-approach sa bridge mo mukha siya dira mo end ang isa ka section. So ato ang outlet sa bridge. Then ang next section is K1071 plus 520 to K1071 plus 720. So ang start ani niya, ang start sa last section, section C is ang approach po. Approach B after sa bridge.
So sa bridge, yeah.
What other complaint was
Right of way, sir. We have already conducted a consultative meeting, sir, regarding the right of way issues. We have, yes, sir. This was primarily the main problem, sir, in our project. We have tried to modify station limits, but then ang mga tao to sir, ganahan lang po sila may kanalang to give solution sa on. Yes. We have already secured permit letter. Yes. Sa kaning sa bitanuan na portion. Ang sa Maybong kaya wala naman mas.
Anyway, kung fourth lane sila for lane, mile or really. So we have already accumulated our work.
Yes. So less lang ang road friction sa barangay Maybong. Ang sa bitanuan nga ating section C, mao siya ang MNC sa balay.
So anyway, permit entry is already
Secured na siya. Yes.
so
all of the sections are covered, complete covered.
any clarification.
What is the total length of this this one is
Pwede pa sa plan ba yan? Sa next
Street line.
sa straight line. Nasa schedule, training schedule. I think the total is 1,150 linear meters.
Line close, line close.
And also there are several utilities that will be removed, such as electric poles on the ECO, and is also included in the program of work. The removal, the relocation of existing utilities.
Removal of relocations.
As can be seen on the roadway section, ang roll limit din nasa ang
Okay. We can deal with the advance. So let's go to the sixth project. Construction of road leading to Bunto Cave, Barangay Bunto, Kinan Leyte, which is re-advertised due to non-submission of this bidding. So it changes on this construction of road leading to Bunto Cave. So none. Okay. Let's proceed to the last. The Asset Preservation Program of Carriageway Improvement Primary Roads, form of Baybay Southern Lady Boundary Road, kilometer 338 plus 332 to kilometer 338 plus 000 with contract ID number 23IG 0164, located at Barangay Maybong, Baybay City, Leyte, with approved budget for the contract 6,407,600, contract duration of 124 calendar days, and again, to be presented by Engineer Tessa. So they will start to see
for the said project, asset preservation program of Carriageway Improvement Primary Roads, Ormoc Baybay Southern Leyte Boundary Road, 81038 plus 332 to 1038 plus 000. The project is located at Barangay Maybong, Baybay City, Leyte, and the proposed scope of work of this project is the expansion of the already existing shoulder or of carriageway located at the left side or the mountain side of the road. only the left side sir, will be extended or expanded. Since via existing na width, sa existing width sa left side is 1.5. So, ang proposed na mga extension sir is 0.5 meter sa shoulder. Medyo mulapad siya. Then, kaparang sa nang kaning concrete gutter. So, pwede sa kuha niya. Sa via sa yes sir. Sa roadway section. Sa roadway section niya. Sorry. Sa babaw yan. Katunay sa sakyanan. Katunay sa sakyanan ka na. Ubos. So sa existing sir, niya na ang sa left side na ako nanay 1.5 na shoulder. Then ang amo i-propose na ni i-extend siya to 2 meters. Then na ako siya concrete curb and gutter sir. And ang existing then ako i-demolish ang i-condemn na ang existing na kanal since di man siya wala siya ni provide sa kaning standard kasi na 0.9 meters na lapad. So kuan na siya di siya lapad ang existing kanal, so ang i-condemn then ang kanal na propose is na siya cover po.
Apel ka na.
Yes sir. Bali, what we did was amoy kuha na ang 10 meters na right of way. We acquired. Then nasa is kanang mga pipe culverts or baka kuha sa cross drainage. So sa kaning mga pipe culverts namin propose po na kaning catch basin. Can be seen on pwede sa next one yan. Slide. Para pinakalas. And catch basin. Naman siya kanal and concrete gutter. Ay, gutter. Then only siya ang catch basin. Proposed catch basin. Mo siya ang intersection sa kaning kanal and sa cross drainage.
Mr. Chair, if I may, I would like to appreciate the detailed engineering design plan for this project. It's so far, it's the most detailed plan I have ever seen. I would like to appreciate the designer for this project. But I have one question, Mr. Chair, for the typical road section. Is the level of the carriageway designed with asphalt or is below the asphalt surface level? Is it even? Even sa asphalt. Even with the asphalt.
Even sir.
Even sa asphalt. So there is no difference in emission.
Wala sir.
Because there was a new deal on the transition. So for this project, it is dependent.
Yes sir, kay sa existing naman, di man na mo i-remove ang existing na shoulder sir. Connect naman sa existing.
Ano I mean from the asphalt?
Sa asphalt. Wala siya yung one.
So, po siya.
Then siya sir.
Dito naman ang shoulder level no, sa asphalt.
Then sir. Ang existing sir. Ang shoulder lift.
So,
Then siya sa
siguro, Mr. Chair, they will just have to revise that section because the contractor may.
So, kaya naman na may kuwan. Kanao. Kasi mo sa kuwan.
Kaya naman nila dapat nila ito sa
So, nanay different elevation din sa Taiwan. Tapos
Pilipin na siya. One way. Kaya sa drawing, naka-drop lang na siya.
Afford na lang siya sa
Pero kung na
Pantay ko yung picture ko sa
kay
1.5 ba?
pero binana, kung ba na lang mo. Kung nagsagaran ng lano ang pan. Sinibig sa player na mga motor.
Wala, bali ang first, ikan siya sa ako na palong sa pinagin ko. Ikan sa quarter sa boundary palong sa 1, 3, 3.
Puro na yung lubog ka na natin.
Baliktad.
Pero wala ka lang.
Wala, tingin ko na nasa-safe na mga. Kaya kung ang naguna kang kaya kasi dito na plus ato 000 hindi ka dapat pwede magkaya kasi hindi man siya ako.
Kasi kung may
Bakit na? Meron tayo kita na ay portion ko bagya na ang shoulder. One shot pa. Even siya. Kaya aspak na yung matong kay itong pong.
o bote ko by it's line ka sa akin mo. Wala. It's line sa atin mo. Wala kayo din mo. Di ba nag-extend man da sa ito shoulder? So wala kayo it's line. Na
Wala.
White lang.
Ano siya?
Ang kanan sa slider muna ko sir kay ang sa kuha siya sir kaning pedestrian o rumble strips. Nakapon sa land.
Sa
So wala eh.
sa pedestrian di ba?
Pedestrian rumble strips. Kay sa dool sa K10332 na kilometer po sa naamay kuan. Sa kaning sa ni
School. Sige.
crossing kaning wedding shed nasa wedding kasi wedding shed.
Para lang yun din sa
Sa rumble strip.
So, ang natungkuan, pero para sa pedestrian. So, wala lang
Pagpunta sa
naman
shoulder.
itong it's line sa
Sa shoulder.
shoulder.
Wala sir.
Wala na. Okay.
The sign is one specific
detail daw.
station. The PWD,
We have a concern about the station limit. The station limit is K1038 plus 332 to 1038 plus 00.
Tayo po sa
There's a typo, but the Saro is
Ano yung Saro?
kaya iyan
Ang atong boundary is 1038 plus minus 1038.
hindi sa 732.
732.
Plus minus na siya.
Plus minus na siya.
Okay,
Ang boundary is 10 plus minus 33.
7.
oh,
7.
732 ang boundary. Kaya kung ako i-try na concert kaning 1038 plus 00 to plus 332 ay na may bridge.
Yung ang
So, din siya.
Siya po. Terus ang pagiging especially
Wow, minus.
Minus.
Saro, wala eh.
wala man.
Ang saro na tayo. Mr. Chair, the planning and design section commission a certification that the station limits in Lusaro is referring to the plus-minus street vehicle. Because this will be an issue during the inspection of the COA, for example. Because the stationing that they will check is plus street vehicle, but I think they can justify because the next stationing is 1003 plus 00. So the intention of the SARO is 1038 plus minus 334. So I think we will require a certification from the planning. Ang iwan, ang isang nga stationing gawin proposal. We will check on that.
Family one.
Sige ka mo is identify ang mga Alvio Sidreoka. So, Engineer Jeffrey Vitana kindly discuss the requirements of bidding documents to be submitted by the bidder, and criteria and procedure of eligibility check, preliminary examination of bids, bid evaluation of bids, cost qualification, and award.
For the information of the prospective bidders, that the edition of the Philippine bidding documents used for both procurement of civil works and goods and services is the 6th edition Philippine bidding documents. Brief discussion for the total bill system. For both procurement of civil works and goods and services, prospective bidders shall submit their bids through their duly authorized representative using the forms specified in the bidding documents. Those separate sealed envelopes. First shall be the technical component and the second financial component. Bidders must submit one additional copy of the first and second components of its bid. Aside from the original copy, prospective bidders are instructed to enclose the original of their technical component in one envelope and the original of their financial component in the other envelope. These two envelopes shall then be enclosed together in one envelope labeled original bid. The same instruction shall be adopted for the copy of their original bids, and that all envelopes shall contain the name of the contractor to be bid, indicating the name and the address of the bidder, address to the procurement entity's bank, indicating the specified identification of this bidding process, and bear a warning: do not open before the date and the time of the opening of the bid. For the contents of the first envelope, technical component. First, requirements. The King James registration certificate, platinum membership, which must be in accordance with the section 8.5.2 of the 2016 revised IRR of RA number 9184, and is required for both procurement of civil works and goods and services. For procurement of civil works, the next requirement is the pickup license and registration. Another requirement is the statement of all ongoing government and private contracts, which is required for both procurement of civil works and goods and services. The non-disclosure of ongoing contracts, including awarded contracts yet to be started, coinciding with the contract to be bid, shall be a ground for disqualification. Another requirement is the statement of SLCC, which is also required for both procurement of civil works and goods and services. For procurement of civil works, bidders must have completed and SLCC that is similar to the contract to be bid and must be at least 50% of the EBC. And that the SLCC should be supported by procuring entities or project owner certificate of final acceptance or a contractor performance evaluation system, CPS, final rating of at least satisfactory. On the other hand, the procurement of goods and services, the SLCC must be at least 50% of the EBC in case of non-expendable goods and 25% for expendable goods. And that it should be supported by the end user's acceptance, which can be in the form of certification or official receipt. The next requirement is the computation of net financial contracting capacity or NFCC, which is required for both procurement of civil works, goods, and services, must be equal to the approved budget for the contract or ABC. For procurement of goods and services, bidders may opt for the committed line of credits, but the same must be equal to at least 10% of the ABC. Another requirement, if applicable, are Class B documents. This includes a valid joint venture agreement, GVA, which must be in accordance with RA number 4566, otherwise known as the Contractor's License Law, and its IIR, and a PICAB special license in case of joint venture for procurement of civil works and that for infrastructure project. Each partner of the GV shall submit their respective field certification of registration in accordance with the section 8.5.2 of RA number 9184 and its revised IRR. Also, the submission of technical and financial eligibility documents by any of the joint venture partners constitute compliance, provided that the partner responsible to submit the NFCC shall likewise submit the statement of all of its ongoing contracts and audited financial statement. On the other hand, for goods and services projects, in case of the prospective GV partner shall be submit duly notarized statement of all potential GV partners stating that they will enter into and abide by the provision of the GVA in the instance that the bid is successful. Another requirement is the bid security. The bid and the bid security shall be valid until 120 calendar days. Any bid not accompanied by an acceptable bid security shall be rejected by the procuring entity as non-responsive. This is required for both procurement of civil works and goods and services. The next requirement for the procurement of civil works is the project requirements, which shall include the organizational chart for the contract to be bid. Number 2, the list of contractor personnel. For this requirement, it is emphasized in the DPWHDO number 9 series of 2012 and DO number 118 series of 2024 that only accredited project engineer may be assigned to the DPWH projects. Accordingly, bidders are now required to submit as part of their technical component under project requirements a DPWH certificate of accreditation or proof of DPWH accreditation of their elected project engineers. And number 3, the list of contractor majors equipment unit which are owned, leased, and or under purchase agreement supported by proof of ownership and certification of availability of equipment from the equipment lease or vendor for the duration of the project as the case may be. And for the procurement goods and services, the technical specification which may include production, delivery, schedule, manpower requirements, and or after sales service parts if applicable. And finally, the last requirements under technical component is the omnibus sworn statement, which is required for both procurement of civil works and goods and services. Bidders must adopt the latest form of the omnibus sworn statement issued by the GPPB. For the second envelope, financial component, the procurement of civil works, these are number one, the bid form, number two, bid prices in the BOQ, three, summary of bid prices, and four, detailed estimates including the summary sheet indicating the unit prices of construction materials, labor rates, equipment rentals used in coming up with a bid. 5, cash flow by quarters and payment schedule. On the other hand, for the procurement of goods and services, the content for the second envelope are original of duly signed and accomplished financial bid form and the original of duly signed and accomplished price schedule. For eligibility screening of civil works project, the electronic eligibility check using the civil works application CWA shall be adopted pursuant to DO 117 series of 2017, provided that in case where electronic eligibility check will not be feasible due to unforeseen and or technical issues such as but not limited to DPW server downtime, power outage, etc., manual checking shall be resorted to by the BAC in order not to disrupt the bidding procedures, provided that the result of the latest and or subsequent conduct of electronic eligibility check using the CWA, which will be initiated through accomplishing a request for unlocking form and submitting the same to the procurement service, shall be the basis for the final declaration of the eligibility. On the other hand, for procurement of goods and services, considering that there is still no electronic eligibility processing for the procurement of goods and services, eligibility screening shall be done manually by the bank. Request for clarification on any part of the bidding documents or for an interpretation must be in writing and submit to the bank of procuring entity concerned at least 10 calendar days before the deadline set for the submission of the receipt of the bids. The bank shall respond to the said request by issuing a bid bulletin duly signed by the bank chairperson to be made available to all those who have properly secured the bidding documents at least 7 calendar days before the deadline of the submission and receipt of bids.
So, Mr. Bank Secretary, how will the bidders raise their respective concerns and clarifications?
Good morning again, Mr. Chair. So the prospective bidders, they may send their questions or clarifications in writing, electronically through email. So our official email address is tpwh50@gmail.com. Must be submitted at least 10 calendar days before the deadline set for the submission.
So, are there any other concerns to be discussed? Nothing of interest in back. AWG, other supplemental bulletins, issue. So, Bank Secretariat, other announcements to be made.
Mr. Chair, first, I would like to remind the committee that the opening of bids for this batch of procurement is on August 20 for civil works and August 22 for the goods and services. Now, Mr. Chair, to supplement the proposed discussed by Engineer Tana. Reminders to all our contractors, prospective bidders. DO 118 series of 24 is already in effect. We superseded previously on the 150 million and above projects as the only time that the procuring entity will require an accredited PE. However, because of this DO, projects costing 100 million below is now required at least a provisional project engineer. So it's already part of the technical document during the preliminary examination. So for the schedule, Mr. Chair, that's all for now.
Okay. So, all clarifications on the part of the bidding documents, all four clarifications in writing, and submitted to the back of the trade entity concerned just 10 calendar days before the deadline set for the submission of the receipt bids. The back shall respond to the said request by issuing a bid bulletin duly signed to the back said person to remain available to all those who have properly secured the bidding documents at least 7 calendar days before the deadline for the submission of the receipt of bids. So that's all for today.
Mr. Chair, for agenda 4, I would like to summarize the proceeding. So earlier, our prospective bidder for the goods and services have raised questions. So I'd like to remind our end user to facilitate the immediate clarification of the BRS. If the
Yes.
question will be allowed, then we will issue
Regarding the
bulletin.
125.
And then for contract IDs 125, 127, we will be issuing a supplemental bulletin upon conferment with the programmer. That's all, Mr. Chair.
So, the motion to close,
Close this preliminary.
it is proceeding